I'm not saying start meal prepping because you're going to start making more money. I'm just saying that if that's the dedication an athlete has to catching a football, what about selling $1 million deal?
Yep.
You're just going to bumble your way through that?
Right.
It's a joke. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Neil Winteregg, joined with Dr. Greg Winteregg, CEO of Matterhorn Business Development. And today we're here to talk a little bit about being a professional salesperson and kind of the abilities and things that you need to know to be a real pro versus being an amateur who doesn't know what they're doing.
And pretends to be a pro.
Pretends to be a pro, or thinks they're a pro.
That's worse yet.
That is pretty bad. Run into that a few times. I did do a video on this about, I don't know, a year and a half ago maybe? Maybe over a year ago, something like that, called Professional versus Amateur Salesman.
We can have Abby,
I'm gonna have my special editors put a little tab up here, right?
Right.
And where I did talk about this, it was a very short video, it was 2 minutes.
Yeah.
But I think that if you're gonna be a salesman, and really if you're gonna do any profession, even if you're not a salesman, this applies to you, because no matter what it is that you have to do, you have to have the mentality of, how am I a professional at doing this? And I think when people think of professionals, they think of sports and athletes and, you know, I'm a higher grade or a lower grade.
This is a different definition.
This is like an elite.
Yeah, this is doing it and doing it right.
Yeah.
Doing it so it lasts. So it really lasts.
Yeah.
Not just it appears like it's going to last, but a real professional does their job, they do it properly, they do it correct the first time, they don't have to go back and redo it, etc.
Yep.
And this definitely has application outside of sales, but we want to talk specifically about sales today.
Sales and really just communication, probably talking to people, whatever it is that you might want to call it. And I've done some videos on topics like this, and so I might hit a couple of points, but what I would recommend is that we have a playlist that I'm adding right now. I'm going to call it like Sales Professional or Pro Sales or something like that. And I'm going to put 5 or 6, maybe more, of my favorite videos where we talk about these types of things, so that you can watch some of them and get a little bit more information. But I think the first off is this, the attitude of the person has to be somebody who's willing to receive communication from other people.
Right.
If you're a grumpy, crotchety old man, don't be surprised if you only deal with other crotchety, grumpy old people and you won't like them very much.
Yeah, and your prospects will turn around and go to your competition.
Go somewhere else. Not be willing to work with you or communicate with you.
But to expand on that, it's like, are you there to be right and to argue with somebody and just assert how right you are and how wrong they are, or are you there to truly help them?
And that's the thing, is a real sales
pro is there to help.
There to help them with whatever problem it is that they're trying to solve.
Yeah.
And I know that a lot of people talk about that, and I think real professional salesmen will just say, well, all you gotta do is just go in and help the customer. And you know, even like successful car salesmen, which is like 1 out of 100, they'll just tell you, just take care of the customer, and they'll always come back. And it's like the other 99 just don't hear that part. Yeah. So I really want to impart into you that are listening, like, that really is the number one thing that you have to do, is you just have to decide, I'm gonna help my prospects.
Well, and 2 summers ago, I sent a professional down to Clearwater Beach, and I've referenced this in other videos, but you haven't seen it. I'm just gonna quickly summarize it again. So he went down, and I had 10 questions for him, and just survey Clearwater Beach because you've got all different socioeconomic strata. The first pre-qualifying question is, have you ever bought something from somebody? Most people said yes. And then, what in the sales process is infinitely important to you? What's most important in the whole process? Yeah. And I just knew everybody was going to say money.
Of course.
Buying it cheap.
Well, that's what everybody knows.
That's what everybody knows. It's always about the money. So, 39 out of 100, the number one answer, 39 out of 100 said they wanted the rep to be nice, friendly, and helpful. 19 said product knowledge of the sales rep was the most important. Price came in at 6%. Only 6 out of 100.
6 out of 100.
6 out of 100 said they wanted a best deal. That's what it was all about.
Yeah.
And so we get the idea that it's always about the deal, when in actuality it isn't.
Yeah.
And some people will be critical and say, oh, 100 is not a number. Okay, go do 1,000 and let's see. We know
60 will say it's
yes,
the price.
The percentage is not going to go from 6% to 60.
Yeah.
So it's a good sample survey, but it just drives home the point. If you're going to be a professional, what the customer wants is they want you to take care of them, and they actually will pay more.
Here's another pro tip. Ask them a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Get the prospect talking to you. People will always tell you about themselves and their problems and what they're running into rather than listening to you talk.
Forget about the pitch.
Yeah, there is no pitch.
Yeah, forget about the pitch.
And it's really funny is that what you realize is that when you spend an hour with somebody, really talking to them, showing them what the product does or what it is that you do, really helping them solve their problems, the money part of the hour is the last 60 seconds where they tell you how they're going to pay for it. They tell you how they're going to finance it. They tell you what they're going to do. If you stop talking about money, it becomes less about money.
Yep.
And I talk about this in my Is Money Evil video, which will be either here or in the playlist or somewhere, depending on post-editing, how much work I make them do. Money is really not about selling. No. Money is really not about any of this stuff. It's about the product and it's about helping the person. It's not about making dollars.
And people actually want to pay you if you help them.
Yeah.
They want to pay you. And in actuality, 94% of the people don't care about the price.
Right.
They're more interested in the service and is the product going to do what they want it to do.
Right.
That's what they're interested in.
And to do that, you have to make sure that you know your product inside and out.
Yep.
You have to do all of your research. If you are unfamiliar with some aspect of the product or you don't know how it works or what it does, before you try and sell that car, that service, that vitamin, that whatever it is, you have to make sure that you're fully trained in what it is so that you can answer any question backwards and forwards. Because here's what's going to happen. If a person comes up to you and they have any doubt and they ask you and you have the same doubt, they walk.
Yep.
They say, yep, it's too complicated.
But how about this one? They're testing you because they actually know the right answer to the question. And they'll go, so what do you think about blah, blah, blah? Pretending to not know, it's a test. And if you pretend that you know and you are just making up the answer, pulling it out of the air, you lost them.
Yeah.
So if you don't know the answer, just say, that's a really good question. Let me go talk to my manager. Or there's Joe. He's the #1 salesman in the company. Let's go talk to him.
Yeah.
So for me, to be a real professional, you have to be real. You have to be honest. And there's no pretense.
Yeah, you have to understand exactly what it is that the person needs and wants. It's just a funny quick story before this goes too long about what you just said there about knowing the answer to the question.
Yeah.
4 years ago, I was buying a Subaru STI. I had always wanted an STI. I'm back in the Chevy.
Much to my chagrin.
I'm back in the Chevy
He's back
family
in the
now.
Chevy camp with his Camaro.
But I went to the Subaru dealership in St. Petersburg, and they had an STI there. And I've known everything there is about STIs for like 14 years since they've come to the US. And I was talking to the guy, and I mentioned something about, now the STI exhaust, if I want to add that, that's like $900, right? It's on the Subaru website. And Subaru says in the website, we'll install it for free and you can put the exhaust into your loan or whatever. And the guy's like, no, it already has all that stuff on it. And I'm like, no, the STI doesn't come with that exhaust. He's like, oh no, this has all that. And I'm like, no, the STIs don't do that. There's an upgraded exhaust. He thought that car had all these other options, all these other things on it.
And the product.
I've known this car for so long, and
Question, where did you buy that car?
Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, you got on an airplane. He got on an airplane and flew.
Yeah, but they sucked. I only went there because they wouldn't transfer the car.
Well, they had the car, but here's the point, is the guy pretended to know, and he didn't know.
Yeah.
And he lost the sale.
Yeah, and if you're selling something with 20 different cars, you gotta know those cars.
Right.
So that you can put the people in it and you can offer the options. And here's the other funny thing, okay? For all you car dealer guys, this is going longer than I wanted to, but
these are great stories.
For instance, we're part of the Chevy family. You've got your Corvette. You've got 8 of them. I've had a couple Corvettes. I've got a Camaro now.
Yeah.
They all, like every car, comes with awesome performance modifications and things like that are offered through Chevy that you can buy when you buy the car. Like when you bought your Corvette.
Yeah.
If I was the car salesman, I'd say, Greg, just so you know, for an extra $3,000, there's an upgraded cam and shaft package, and it's going to add 40 horsepower right off the bat. We install it for free, and that extra $3,000 goes into your loan, so it's only going to be like $5 a month. You won't even know it, but you're going to get extra 40 horsepower. Wouldn't you have bought something like that?
Yeah.
Like without even, right? It's
without
never
blinking.
It's never even offered as an option.
Yeah.
But all these things exist, right?
Yeah.
So if I was selling a car, I would never sell a stock car, especially if I was a performance head.
Right.
I'd be selling, I wouldn't even tell, I'd just be like, listen, you're gonna want this. It's an extra $3,000. I'm gonna roll it into the loan. You won't even notice it. And you're gonna thank me for it, right? My gosh, how easy is that?
And if you're a professional, you wouldn't try and sell me rust protection on my Corvette, would you?
No, because it doesn't need rust protection.
Why would you not need rust protection on a Corvette, Neil?
Well, it's made out of
fiberglass.
Yeah.
And fiberglass doesn't rust.
Right.
The very first Corvette that I bought, I walked out of the dealership when she said, yeah, and we'll throw in rust protection for $350. I looked at her and said, car's made out of fiberglass.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I would have said, I'm not going to have it that long anyway.
No. So the point here is be a pro.
You got to be a professional at
Yeah.
it. Selling is like being a professional athlete.
Yeah.
Think of how much work an athlete does to prepare for one 60-minute football game where they're actually only running around on the field for like 7 minutes. Right? They have weeks and months and years of preparations.
Yep.
And salespeople are like, oh, well, I'm a salesman now. Well, give me your credit card. And you're like, what the hell are you doing, right? An athlete would get fired from their job if they showed up a pound or two overweight. Right? But sales guys show up not knowing the binder or knowing the fact that this car doesn't come with that. I mean, these are the types of things that you have to think with. You have to treat yourself like you are a professional athlete and think of the preparation that they go through. Now, I'm not saying start meal prepping because you're going to start making more money. I'm just saying that if that's the dedication that an athlete has to catching a football, what about selling $1 million deal? You're just going to bumble your way through that?
Right.
It's a joke.
So be a pro.
Be a pro. Watch the Pro Salesman playlist that I'm going to put out. It's got a lot of other videos like this. This did go longer than I thought it would. Hopefully you made it all the way to the end. A real professional watches all the way to the end. So good job. Good job, buddy. You were the one. You have no competition, by the way.